If you've been offered the choice between a monthly pension amount and a lump sum, which one is a better deal for you to take? I try to answer that question with something we call the 6% test. If our math works out to be 6% or above, we would lean towards taking the monthly amount. If our math works out to 6% or below, we want to lean towards taking the lump sum. Here's an example. Let's say you were offered $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. That's $12,000 a year, or $150,000 as a one-time lump sum. What's a better deal? We take our monthly amount times 12, so 1,000 times 12 is $12,000, and we divide that by the lump sum that you could take instead, or $150,000. The math there works out to 8%. 12,000 divided by 150,000. What this tells us is your pension amount is 8% of the lump sum amount. That's a pretty good deal for your company to virtually guarantee you for the rest of your life. In this instance, you may want to lean towards taking the monthly amount as it starts to look like a better deal. But let's say your lump sum amount offer was $200,000. 12,000 divided by 200 now is 6%. In this case, you're probably a lot better off taking the lump sum amount, investing it yourself, and living on the 4% plus rule. That's a rule we cover in other videos here on how we can maximize what we take out without running out. The reason we use 6% is that a company that's offering you a pension amount or a lump sum is essentially saying we're going to invest the money for you if you elect to take the monthly amount. In the example I just used, you could take your $200,000, put it in a bank account, have no interest, and still pull 5% a year out. The money wouldn't run out for 20 years. That's something you can certainly do on your own. Why let the company keep your $200,000 and do it for you? The only time we'd really want to take a monthly amount is if that math works out to be 6% or higher. Now here's one more catch. In the world we live in today, inflation is a big problem. Most pensions don't have a cost of living increase. So if you start with a monthly pension of $2,000 a month, it likely stays that same amount for your entire retirement. So if you start to consider the inflationary times we're living in order to take a monthly amount, I'd want that number to be 6% or maybe even much higher in order to take a monthly amount and forego your lump sum. Maybe the most important reason you would take a lump sum is the money is in hand. It's a bird in hand that you can invest for the rest of your life. And if you have some sort of big need or one-time need that's maybe more than a year's worth of income, you can tap that lump sum even if you've invested it. Yes, there's other reasons it may make sense to take the monthly amount. It creates another steady income stream in retirement, and we know that happy retirees have more different income streams in retirement versus unhappy retirees. A monthly amount versus a lump sum may make sense if you already have lots of liquid retirement savings, but not a lot of income streams. So there's a lot of different things to weigh whether you take a lump sum versus a pension, but start with the 6% test. If your math works out to be 6% or lower, all signs point towards taking the lump sum. 6% or higher, or really much higher, particularly in the inflationary times we're living in, then you may want to consider the monthly amount. If the annual pension amount is $12,000 and the lump sum offer is $185,000, let's do that math. It would come out to, again, $12,000 divided by 185, about 6.5%. So that wins. It beats the 6% test and leans towards taking the monthly amount. However, in these high inflationary times, if you're between 6 and 7%, you may still want to consider the lump sum and not take the monthly pension amount. Now let's take a more extreme example that would point towards taking a monthly amount versus the lump sum. Imagine the offer was $12,000 a month or $100,000 in a lump sum pension. The math here, $12,000 divided by $100,000 equals 12%. It'd be difficult to virtually guarantee yourself 12% if you invested your lump sum amount on your own. When a company is essentially saying, we'll pay you 12% in an annual amount, relative to the lump sum we're willing to give you. In this case, pretty clear, way above 6 and 7% to take the monthly amount. If you'd like help trying to make this decision, what's a better deal for you? If your company's offering you a lump sum versus a pension, the Retire Sooner team is here to help. You can reach out to us at yourwealth.com and click the link below.